Alright, it is 8:49 in the morning, and I'm going to be making a New York scalping video, New York Open scalping video, and potentially scalping before New York Open, because I do like to hop on the charts and start planning out trades, and a lot of times I end up taking trades before New York Open. Sometimes there's some good price action prior, so right now, pretty much what I'm looking at is I am looking at price action right now, potentially looking for a short entry, because last night we got this pump to the upside, came up into this 15-minute order block that I was watching, and since then we got a very large drop to the downside. We actually broke market structure here. So marking out the structure I was looking at the other day, we had a downtrend here, kind of like a false break, but we can just ignore that, say this is one leg. And from there we broke structure to the upside right here and put in a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then came down to break structure bearishly. So we have broken market structure after rejecting from that order block, and right now we are getting a retest into the 786 golden pocket region. And if we go over to Coinalyze, we are seeing some absorption. It is not super clear, but if you put a horizontal line on top of this wave back here, or this spike, you can see CVD has made a higher high, and open interest has made a higher high as well. Looking at where open interest was when we put in that first high, right now it has made a higher high. And I like this because this last push to the upside for open interest was mostly longs opening. There was some shorts opening right in this area, but this last push to the upside for CVD, we saw a push to the upside for open interest, showing that there was a lot of longs opening in this area, potentially being absorbed. So we are seeing absorption as we're getting a golden pocket retest after breaking structure, after rejecting from a key level that I was watching. So I am looking for some kind of a short entry. Now ideally I'd like to come back up and take out the high one more time, but if things start looking super bearish, and by that I mean DBSI on a lot of time frames really starts showing high numbers for the bearish side. I almost entered a minute ago because the 5-minute was showing 14.15 here, but then we got a quick wick back to the upside. And the reason I want to wait for this high to be taken out is because it could potentially be a Wyckoff here. We got an SFP of the high already, so if we come back up, SFP it one more time could potentially be a Wyckoff model, and that would give me a better entry than just entering here and putting my invalidation up above the 886 or something like that. But if I don't get the opportunity, then this is pretty much the trade idea that I have. I'm going to be trading the absorption. So invalidation above the 886, just because, if we get past the 886, we're probably coming for the high anyway. I wouldn't be betting on the absorption then. And with a, first target of pretty much those lows that we put in, which is also around the PDPOC, but potentially much lower. We have transition market structure after rejecting from this key level, kind of running liquidity, inside this range. And there was a decent amount of trades getting stopped out here, but this could potentially be a significant high up here, and maybe we end up rotating all the way back down to the opposite side of the range. So that is pretty much my plan right now. I haven't really made a plan to the downside yet, but the first thing that's catching my eye is this 2-hour order block right around the PD value area low. So I can mark that out, and let's pull a fib, see if anything lines up with that. The golden pocket is right there, yeah, so that's some good confluence. We can also take a fixed range of the uptrend, see if anything lines up there, and the value area low is right in this area. It's a little bit below the 2-hour order block, but we know that sometimes you kind of SFP order blocks, you come outside of them a little bit, but just end up wicking them just to hit the stop losses that people put outside the order block. A lot of people will probably long the order block here, invalidation outside of it. So sometimes price will make a move for those stop losses before actually getting a bounce. And this area that I had marked out still interests me, the value area low of this range. Plus we have a wick front running this level, so we could SFP that into the value area low. And the golden pocket was lining up there originally. It's not anymore, so that confluence is gone. But still, it's the value area low of the range, and if we wick this low right over here, then you could potentially trade it as an SFP. And let me check locally on what's going on, because looks like we got another move to the downside here. Let me turn on DBSI. Let me see how things are looking. Let me check the 10-minute. Ooh, a 19 on the 10-minute and an 18 here. Man, I missed that. All right. I think my risk reward's going to get messed up a little bit here. Okay, I had to enter with less than I intended to. If we end up coming back up and taking out the high one more time, then I can add to the trade, because yeah, I entered a smaller position, so if I can get my entry like about halfway, that'd be cool. Or if not, this trade could end up turning into a longer term position, and I mean, it's not great risk reward. I could put my stop loss maybe above the 786, but that would be more risky. I think I'd rather just keep this trade idea. This isn't horrible. So we got about 28 minutes until New York opens, and yeah, I mean, I pretty much already made my ideas, my plans. I'm sure there's more levels to the downside that we can look at, but I would probably want to see how price develops to the downside anyway. So, if we start seeing some bullish signs somewhere, then we can start making a plan. And, yeah, if we SFP this high, or if we maybe retest a golden pocket with local absorption, then I might consider adding to this short. So I'll check back in a little bit when price does something. Can you believe it? Look at this dump that we just got. So yeah, good thing I FOMO'd into that position. It wasn't the best risk reward when I entered it, but now, it has turned into something that I'm very happy with. So I have taken a lot of profits out down by these lows. We, got a little bounce from this golden pocket area, and then pretty much, a second later, just sliced right through it. Now we have come down to the value area low of the range, and I don't know if we're going to keep dumping or not. We have seen a very large decrease of open interest, a lot of trades getting stopped out. My long just got stopped out, this one from over here. Literally, it looks like it just nicked my stop loss there, so a little unfortunate, but either we're going to get a bounce here, or the next area I'd be watching is, SFPing this low into this 10-minute order block. So let me make sure this line is on the right wick. Now let's run through market cipher. Let's see what the 4 hours looking like. Just printed a trigger wave, money flow continuing to the downside. The 2 hour did recover into the green a little bit, but now has fallen back into the red. And the momentum is topping out. Looks like money flow might take another turn to the downside, so this could potentially be pretty bearish. 1 hour is looking very weak. It's looking like a barren desert out here. Where's the money flow at? You can barely even tell. Momentum's very flat, especially right here. You got a little, what are those mountains called? A plateau? Is that what they're called? I don't know. Those mountains that they got in the desert where they're just flat. We got one of those, and now it's looking like it wants to turn to the downside. Price is recovering here. This isn't anything I would want a long just yet. If I'm going to look for a long here, I'm going to look for a local entry, so I would mark out the low and see if we come down to SFP this thing later, like after getting a pretty significant bounce. So that is a level I'll be watching. And, you could maybe look at, there is no 2-minute structure. This was just, purple candles to the downside. There's no structure here. But if we take out this low again, if we maybe do something like this, take out the low, come down into here, then we can get a market structure transition right here. That would actually be kind of nice. So, yeah, if I'm in a long, I'm going to look for a local entry. And in terms of the, more macro, I guess, we could dump. We could dump a lot. And I am in a long, or I'm in a short now from the highs. So, that is good. All right, that was absolutely crazy. So MEXC had some issues. I couldn't TP on my short until literally just now. I was hitting the market order as soon as we fell down here. I was hitting the market button, just trying to TP, and it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden, it just completely went down. Couldn't do anything. I couldn't take this SFP long. Literally looks like double bottom this 4-hour higher low on Binance. Was that an exact double bottom? It looks like it, yeah. So we literally double bottomed that. We, wicked to that low I was looking at. We saw a massive decrease of open interest. And actually, let me refresh this, make sure that's accurate. There might have even been more trades getting stopped out there. Yeah. Yeah, so massive decrease of OI. We got that SFP. And so far, we've gotten a very quick bounce back to the upside. Very unfortunate. I wanted to long right here, and I couldn't. I couldn't get my other exchange up and working in time. Pretty much missed that move. And yeah, now I'm pretty much just waiting, I guess, until we either come back down to SFP to low one more time, or we break structure here. This is now the higher low, lower high, excuse me. So lower high in the downtrend. So if we break structure, then we can look for a retest to then get a long position. Yeah, my short trade ended up being great. Yeah, talk about good timing, I guess. And this could potentially be a significant low here. We have gotten a very quick move to the downside, grabbed a lot of liquidity from the lows of this range, and we do have some, at the moment, very bullish divergences. Yeah, look at that. Even with money flow on this 1 hour, money flow is still in the green here, and it was in the red back here. So, yeah, we may have put in a significant low down there, and maybe price just got to move down to run liquidity before continuing the uptrend. So, I would be watching low time frames now to see if an entry is presented. And right now, we're getting another pump here. I didn't want to FOMO into a long trade down here, but I am now not in any long trades. I'm only in this short. Alright, probably final update of this video. I just got home. I went off to do something, and right before I left, I entered a very small long position right here because we were breaking structure. We were breaking up above the 2-minute lower high, and we kind of like double topped it right here. Here, if I hide this fixed range, or I'll actually just delete it. We double topped this high right here, and basically I just waited until we got a close up above the high, and I started my long position. I didn't enter, fully. I didn't, take a very large trade here. It's very small at the moment, but I'm looking to add to it if we continue to get a retracement, because we have now switched structure after putting in a significant low, a low with some high time frame divergences. So I started building a long. And right now, the main target I'm looking at for a retracement to the downside is right around this area, like 30,050-ish. We have a 15-minute order block, and also I have to check this fib and see if that's still accurate, but we have a golden pocket there seemingly, and yeah, that is accurate. So this is an area I'm watching that I may consider adding to the trade if we get a retracement. And I've already closed out most of the long trade. I still have some of it open, like probably a quarter of the original trade left open. And I closed out some more once we broke structure here, but I still want to keep some open just in case we kind of switch structure back and then just continue dumping. But yeah, for right now, I'm long from right here, I'm short from up here, and hopefully I can make this into a better long position. I'm kind of hoping that we get a retrace here, and maybe we don't even make it down to that order block. Maybe we just retrace down to this value area low. So I'll be watching this area as well, seeing if I see anything bullish as we retest that area. Alright, well, I think that is just about it for this video, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and I will see you all in the next video.